On this episode of Driveway Finds, Burrito touches his transfer case shifter for the first time in decades. As you can see, we have a pretty big obsession with these old Chevy and GMC pickup trucks. On this episode, we're going to take them into the mud and have a little bit of fun. This is my 1968 Chevy K10. I picked this truck up probably over a year ago now. It was pretty cheap. I think it was like $3,500. You know, it was a pretty good truck. The guy had it for years, actually. He was the second owner. The first owner had it on a vineyard property, so this thing has seen a lot of dirt in its life. And it's a pretty good old truck. It's all original. Still has its Rockwell closed knuckle, no power steering, no power brakes. And originally it came with a V8. When I bought it, it had a 6-cylinder in it, and the 6-cylinder had a rod knock. So we decided to drive it home, obviously, but we did have a trailer just in case. And on the way home, the rod knock got a little bit worse, and a little bit worse, and a little bit worse, and I remember just sitting there when it's like, dang, 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 dang. Is that supposed to sound like that? This thing's gonna blow up at like any second. So we're going down the freeway, probably doing 70, and it's just clack, 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 clack. And finally, boom, the rod goes flying down the freeway. I can literally see it in my mirror, skipping down the freeway. And so pull off the freeway, and Justin and I ran back, found it in the middle of the highway. We actually have the rod still, and there was literally a window in the side of the block where that thing shot out of. So that night we threw this 350 in it that I got at a garage sale for $200, and you know, we were super busy that week, so a week later we ended up getting it together. You know, I've been driving it every day in the winter, and it's been great. This thing still has like mystery oil in it, and so what mystery oil is all those extra quarts of oil that you have floating around your shop. You just dump it all in here. So I've never changed the oil in this thing, but it does burn a lot of oil. So it's kind of like a filtration system. You know, it burns it out the exhaust, I add some in, so it's changing itself every time I drive. So the difference between Burrito's Blazer and this truck is his is gonna do better off-road. I mean, obviously, we know this because he doesn't care about it. Have you seen how rusty that thing is? Have you seen how beat it is? This is just a nice, honest, sweet little K10, and I'm just there to have fun. Yes, it's a challenge, but I'm already accepting defeat.
This is my 1970 K20 4-wheel drive 3/4 ton Suburban. I found it in a junkyard about 3 years ago. There it was, and it was between two trailers. It had just been dropped off, and you know, the owner that had owned it since 72 or 73 had just left it there for storage. So we saw it, and it took me a while to get it, but once I got it, I sort of started on the love affair with Suburban. It's my daily driver. I haul my kids around in it. It has 3 car seats. It makes trips to Oregon, tows a trailer to Turlock. I have had it in 4-wheel drive a little bit, not as much as my friends. They make fun of me, called a pavement princess. Damn! But it's got the goods. I mean, let's just be honest. Got a LS. It's a 5.7 iron block 5.3. So it's a 5.7 now LS that I built. It has a 4L80 transmission and an NP205 that's actually divorced. So it's got all the cool stuff. It's a big girl, but I think she'll do good off-road. And I mean, I didn't really build it to just be like a hardcore wheeling rig. I built it to be something I haul my kids around, but if I need to actually go four-wheeling, I would have it available. Here is the LS. I am not really an LS guy. I just happen to have a truck with an LS in it. I don't know if I would have done this if it would have had its whole drivetrain with it. I probably would have just rebuilt the stock original drivetrain and left this thing as it was, because it is, you know, a 70 3/4 ton four-wheel drive Suburban. It's one of 541. I don't like to kill unicorns, and I probably would have left this thing alone. There's really two ways to do an LS swap. I've noticed there's a lot of people who just like go to pick and pull, and then they load an LS engine in a catapult, and they just throw it in their car and just, you know, throw the ECM right here. And I tried to do this as nice as I could. You know, the ECM is built in a custom bracket underneath the glove box door. I tried to make everything as nice and like factory-esque as I could. There's a few things I want to improve, but you know, like anything, when you build a vehicle and it drives every day and it's reliable, you just forget about all the little stuff and drive it. I think it's going to do great off-road. You know, it's really big, it's really heavy, but the LS, it's got a lot of power. You know, the 4L80, you know, the MP205 is indestructible. I have really good mud terrain tires. This is my 1971 K5 Blazer that is a piece of I got this thing a few months back. I think it was in August. I really wanted a Blazer. I just went up and got it. We towed it back with my Suburban. It was a rough ride. It was an all-day thing, but we went and did it, and it was a lot rougher than I expected, so my plans kind of changed, and it turned into just a wheeling rig for now. Everything on it is fixable, so I mean, I can beat it, but there's going to be some guilt in the beatings. I think this is going to be by far the best vehicle there off-road, like not even close, not even a competition. I think it's going to kind of be like, maybe like a junior varsity high school basketball player going up against like Jordan in his prime levels of that much better, because I have super lugs, okay? He has little teeny, like, what are those, like 28-inch tires? This thing has 36-inch super lugs. It's lifted 4 inches. I would have never done this, by the way. It's on 3/4 ton axles, super lugs. I don't care about it. It has plenty of extra drainage in case there's some mud or anything that gets inside of it. And like I said, I can really go full send with this thing. It just has a small block that nobody cares about. It actually has a 700 R4, so we can get a little bit more wheel speed. But I think it's going to do great. Small wheelbase, tight turning radius, the right kind of mud tires. I think we're in a good shape with this thing. I think it's going to be absolutely flawless off-road. All right, so let me show you how to start it. Okay, so the difference in this thing, you got to count the clicks because Roan broke this shit, or you can just set it here for reference. So if you go to start it, you're like, well, start. But if you hit this switch right here, you're good.
That's all it takes.
It's like a mag.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then if you shut the switch off, it kills it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're ready for our four-wheel drive adventure. Oh, look at this thing. It's got chains. This thing's ready to go.
Hello?
It's all fun and games until, of course, somebody gets stuck.
Not two-wheel drive. You were in four-wheel drive.
Don't bury it to the axles.
It's time for the silver bullet to come to the rescue. This is the second time the K10 has gotten stuck trying to pull someone else's 6772 out of the mud here. The Blazer's a little more buried though. Apparently super lugs are not really lugging today.
My truck is slightly buried because we tried to two-wheel drive it through here because it wasn't enough fun in four-wheel drive. And then Dustin hooked onto me. And now this Toyota here is going to pull him out.
Yep, go. 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 Okay,
Right
stop.
out like nothing.
Stop.
Nothing would get the Blazer out. Not the K10, not the Toyota. So now it's time to bring out Big Bertha, aka the Suburban.
I use my Suburban to tow a lot, and I also daily drive it. I had a feeling it would be good at pulling things out of the mud, but we weren't sure yet. I knew it had a locker, and I knew I had new mud terrain tires.
You're almost there, you're getting there.
Once and for all, my friends will stop calling my Suburban the pavement princess.
They got stuck.
Is your truck getting hot? It's a little steamy there.
I think it's getting a little bit hot. It's holding pressure. I wonder if that cap is just not on all the way.
It's also ticking a little. What are you doing?
Trying to chain this up.
Why?
Because I'm a good teacher.
Are you just having fun? Oh my god. Our friend Wesley was trying to pull one of us out and got his 10-ton Duramax stuck in the mud. Now, I'm not sure if any of our trucks can pull this thing out. Those super lugs aren't going to lug that thing out of there. Alright, pretty fun day. We actually used our trucks in four-wheel drive. Look at this. First time the Suburban has ever had dirt, not dust from your property on it. So that's pretty amazing. We still have a Duramax.
We have a man down.
Yeah, we got a man down. There's a Duramax buried probably frame deep.
Oh no,
transmission
it's 1,000% on the frame.
Transmission
Bedrock to
deep
frame.
In a mud hole that we created by having fun.
What do you think now? Should we restore this Blazer, make it a $100,000 truck?
We tried pulling him out with the Blazer and the Toyota, like mule team together, and then we tried the Blazer from the other direction, just like get. like that. And then we tried the Suburban, which is not really happy in the muck down there because I think it weighs like
Big Bertha doesn't like the.
I think it weighs
mud
like
down.
6,000 pounds.
Yeah, Big Bertha's heavy.
But she's still on all four
It's
here.
good. Yeah,
Good.
I'm not doing anything stupid with it.
Yeah.
No, done. I don't want to fuck that shit up.
Well, it was a good day for us. I don't know about
It's the
Wesley.
family
Sorry,
rig.
Wesley.
Yeah.
It's
Wesley.
also -4 degrees if you're wondering why.
Well, what's
we're
cool is
shivering.
we're saving Wesley right now. So if anybody comes and questions us, we're here to help.
Oh, yeah, we weren't here at all the whole day.
Nope, don't look at our vehicles.
Nope.
They're not muddy.
We couldn't get the Duramax out. It ended up sitting here all night until the next day when a tow truck came out and rescued it.